Hello everyone, and welcome back to Celebstrology, where we analyze celebrities and their astrology. Today we are going to talk about the recent marriage of Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez, and see if astrology can tell us whether or not they are a good match for each other. Let's start by talking about Ariana. She was born June 26, 1993 at 9:16 p.m., making her a Cancer with the Capricorn rising. These are opposite signs, meaning her first impression is quite different from who she actually is. Here's what I mean. Your rising sign, which is based on your exact time of birth, so it changes throughout the day, is what you initially present to others and how you interact with the outside world rather than what you really think about or value. It is, again, your first impression and maybe even your comfort zone. Hers is in Capricorn, which is solid, ambitious, and hardworking. It likes to be the boss. The sign is highly motivated and success-driven, and believes it is especially important to be respected. Basically, if you were to meet Ariana in real life, she would want you to know that, above all, she is driven. How is this different from her true self? Well, Capricorn is the sign of the father, so what is her real sign? She is actually a Cancer, the sign of the mother. They say that Cancers both mother everyone and require everyone to mother them. It is both the nurturer and needs to be nurtured. Cancer is a moody, emotional, sensitive sign with a much brighter, younger outlook on life than Capricorn. Did you know that astrology signs are aged? Cancer is a young sign and Capricorn is an old sign. So while Ariana may want you to think she is an impressive, authoritative, and serious old soul Capricorn, she actually sees the world through a lens of youthful enthusiasm and is not too picky or choosy or discriminatory, which may lead to a lack of selectivity in her romantic relationships. Cancer is a sign that not only loves to be loved, like, say, a Leo, but actually needs to be loved. It's got a very big heart and is one of the sweetest signs of the zodiac, although it can be very moody because these people are so beholden by their emotions. So here is Ariana's first struggle. With her sun and rising in opposite signs, she is always wrestling between being serious and being sensitive. Before we go any further into Ariana's astrology chart, let's talk a bit about Dalton. We do not have an exact time of birth for him, unfortunately, so we don't know his rising sign, but we do know his other zodiac details. His sun sign is in Leo, which is a warm-hearted sign and great at giving and receiving love too. But it prefers passion and projects and action over super sensitive feelings. Leos are protective and symbolized by the lion, which means they really look after their pack. Ariana probably really appreciates his Leo level of devotion. Both these signs can be quite clingy. But Leos see love as attention. Cancers see love as something more tender. Cancer and Leo can also be a tough pairing because they have totally different styles, energies, and paces. It is almost like two people with the same goals that are speaking totally different languages. It is rare, but not impossible, for these two signs to have real chemistry. What most likely draws Ariana to Dalton is that Leos are very consistent, and the perfect kind of person for someone to anchor themselves to and wrap around. Her chart is extremely emotional and clingy, and is in serious need of a person to orbit around and almost absorb and morph into, especially because she has a Libra moon. Your sun sign is what you want in life, and your moon sign is what you need. They may or may not be the same thing. The moon rules our emotional selves and unconscious desires. Hers is in Libra, which is, you guessed it, the sign of partnership. People with moons in Libra can't stand living life alone. Unlike Cancer, however, which is all about feeling, Libra is more of a thinker and is addicted to conversation. Libra also has a tendency to avoid rocking the boat. So coupled with her sun in Cancer, Ariana may actually be a bit of a people pleaser, especially in relationships. She may define herself by her relationships too because she has a very, very strong urge for partnership. It is going to be very hard for Dalton to really understand Ariana, or even be interested in doing so. His chart is much more self-centered. His moon is in Capricorn. So while Ariana needs partnership, harmony, and magical hugs and conversation, his needs are much more concerned with pragmatism and success. He also definitely likes to wear the pants in the relationship and has a strong need for authority and control. On the one hand, Ariana probably appreciates that he is stable and not wishy-washy. He has a strong backbone and a clear personality. On the other hand, I worry that what Ariana needs is more than just a rock. She needs someone who can connect with her on a deeper level. But Dalton is more of a doer and doesn't want to get bogged down in such sensitivities. It's almost like a teenage romance. They've got all the clinginess and butterflies, but not enough in common to last through the years. I am just not sure if he will be satisfying to her in the long run. He also has serious desires for power and admiration, which also leads me to question if he's with Ariana for the right reasons. His astrology chart indicates he is the kind of person who would thrive on being famous. And Ariana's chart craves partnership so much that she may be too trusting or overlook flaws and incompatibilities for the sake of the relationship. I also worry that Ariana is sacrificing connection for security. Her Mercury, which is how you communicate, is on the Cancer-Leo cusp, so she goes back and forth between being fiery and sweet. His Mercury is in Leo, which means he is a passionate, commanding speaker, and his self-expression is very true to his core identity since they are both in the sign of Leo. Basically, he is a very clear communicator, and there is no disparity between his words and his ego. Ariana, on the other hand, might express herself in a tiny bit of a spicier way than her true identity, and come off as stronger and more direct than the soft-hearted soul she really is. Finally, let's get to their romance signs. Your Venus is your dating style, and Mars is more of your primal drives and general energy. Ariana's Venus is in Taurus, which is a very steady sign that loves luxury and creature comforts. It enjoys being comfortable. This is probably what drew her to Dalton. He is very solid, and that matches very well with her down-to-earth dating approach. His Venus is in Leo, making him more passionate and fun-loving when it comes to dating. Leo is much more energetic than Taurus. These are both very stable signs, but again, this points to strange chemistry, as these two energies are not traditionally compatible. Her Mars sign is in Virgo, another practical, grounded, down-to-earth sign. This, partnered with her Venus in Taurus, means she not only craves partnership and connection, but someone stable is extremely important to her. I think this is why these two are together. He may lack her emotional complexity, but can certainly be a rock. Last but not least, his Mars is in Libra, which means he can turn on the charm romantically and energetically. This, combined with his Venus in Leo, makes him quite the Prince Charming. He is probably a great date. He likes the idea of sweeping someone off their feet and enjoys love, romance, flirting, and partnership. This gives him a bit of clinginess back to her as well. Overall, this is a very adoring couple with two people who will be very motivated to make a relationship work. Neither of these are commitment phobes. Quite the opposite. My biggest concern here is that they both may be so eager to get coupled up that they may overlook key issues, especially because Ariana really needs and deserves a soulmate. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like and subscribe for more videos about celebrities and their astrology.